Hey, Ron. What's up, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a great country with freedoms like no other. To honor America and in respect for all who have served this country to defend our freedoms and to promote respect and equity for all, you are invited to stand and join in singing our national anthem, which will be performed by the John Glenn High School Marching Band following the John Glenn High School alma mater.
Sounds like everything's good.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you
All
hear
right,
me?
I can hear you. We're sounding beautiful as normal.
Marvelous. Just marvelous.
All right, I can unmute this and we can get to rocking if you want.
All right. Is she?
Shaylin.
Shiloh.
I didn't hear. Are you ready? Okay. Wick has. Oh, the awesome thing is we're on the air anyways because I didn't mute us. Okay. Well, people got to hear that great.
All right. Well, are you ready, my man? Good evening and welcome to beautiful New Concord, Ohio, and the campus of John Glenn High School for tonight's Division IV Region 15 High School Football Playoff quarterfinal. That's right, it's the Elite Eight, and it's your Meadowbrook Colts take on the homestanding John Glenn Muskies. John Glenn comes in as the number 3 seed in Region 15. Meadowbrook, the 16th seed. For Caleb Graham, in the lovely and effervescent Shylin Costello, producing tonight's broadcast, I'm merely Tom Strasser, and I'm honored to be joined by the voice of high school football, a man who needs no introduction, but let's give him one anyway, the one and only D-Train Darren McCullough. And Train, it's a packed house, standing room only for tonight's local rivals, Meadowbrook and John Glenn.
Yeah, I think that was expected. When these two meet on the gridiron or on the basketball court or wherever, the people show up and support their team, and tonight is no different in the toasty confines of here at John Glenn High School. Before we get too much started, as you can see, we got a few extra sponsors, so we definitely want to thank them. We bought some new equipment. Hopefully our hotspot comes through for you guys and everything. And we got to thank Box Drop Byesville, Reeves Precision Lawn Care, G&B Roofing, the Downtown Arena, Westfall Services, Stop 9 Church of Christ, the Zimba Companies, King Carpet and Swim Away Pool and Spa, Main Screen Printing, and Graham Excavating. So we definitely want to thank them for giving us the opportunity to do it.
And Train, we have to thank you for inspiring this broadcast. Everybody knows you are a lifelong diehard Cub fan, and everybody knows the legendary Hall of Famer Harry Carey. One game a year would go out in the bleachers and broadcast live amongst the crowd. So in your honor, we decided, hey, let's jump out here outside with the crowd and really soak in the atmosphere. And it is a super atmosphere as they are waiting for Meadowbrook and John Glenn to take the field. And here comes the visiting number 6 seed, Meadowbrook Colts, as they take the field.
Yeah, like you said, the big difference though between Harry Carey and us tonight, his was done in the adult days of the summer, while we're mere months away from winter, a month away from winter. So he was probably in shorts, and I'm sure he probably had some adult beverages on that, knowing Harry Carey, to keep him warm. We don't have that luxury tonight.
And I tell you, Train, if I'm correct, Meadowbrook won the coin toss, and they have elected to receive, if I'm correct.
Yes, the Colts won the toss, and they've elected to receive. That's kind of been the mantra for them lately, and getting off to that, hopefully, like we said, they've struggled early starts, but since they've kind of won the coin toss and elected to receive, it seems like the slow starts haven't really been as noticeable for the Colts.
And Train, this is round 2, the Elite 8. Won't you let our fine folks know how both teams got here to the second round?
Yeah, so obviously last week, John Glenn beat Union Local 35-21, and the Colts picked up a 64-34 victory over Vinton County. Like you said, it's a rematch. Week 6, John Glenn won 35-7. And the two big plays there is John Glenn scoring a touchdown right before the half to go up 14-7. And I think there's 2 game-changing plays in the second half. John Glenn got the ball to start the second half. They had a 4th and 4 around midfield and got the Colts to jump off sides, gave them a first down. Then they had a halfback pass for a big play, and then finally got the ball in the end zone. I think Wellemeyer put it in and make it 21-7. It kind of took the wind out of the Colts' sails, and I think Wellemeyer had over 200 yards rushing in that game. The unfortunate thing for the Muskies is he won't be playing tonight, but it's week 12, and everybody's different every week. They're with personnel, with everybody's a little dinged up more this late in the season. So both teams just got to put forth their best effort, and I'm sure we're going to see a battle between the last 2 teams remaining in MVL.
Yeah, and both teams missing some outstanding players tonight. We'll touch on that as the broadcast goes on. We'll look at the starting lineup first for the Meadowbrook Colts. Left tackle, will be number 55, Chucky Dyer. Left guard will be number 52, Joel Wagon. Center will be 71, Bailey Kuhn. Right guard will be number 60, Hayden Loy. Right tackle will be 68, Austin Steele. Your wide receivers, number 1, Hunter Eubanks. Number 6, Romeo Dorsey. Number 23, Ty Griffith. Number 8, Damon Launder. Running back, number 2, Caden Casey. And your quarterback, the outstanding senior, number 10, Josh Hupp. And Train, I'll let you give the starting defense for the John Glenn Muskies.
All right, defensively for the Muskies in 3-4 defense, Ethan Derwachter, 6', 195-pound junior at nose guard. Blandon Baker, 6'2", 300-pound junior at the other defensive end spot. Tough Zimba, 6'2", 230-pound senior. Outside backers are Cameron Barnhouse, 5'10", 155 sophomore, and Bronson Bendel, 5'9", 185-pound sophomore. So also the son of Mitch Bendel, defense coordinator for John Glenn and former Meadowbrook head coach. Inside backers are Cameron Barnhouse, 5'10", 155-pound sophomore, and Jimmy Coveney, a 5'10", 170-pound junior. In the secondary at cornerbacks, Ryan Russell, 5'10", 160-pound senior, and Ian Glob, 5'10", 140-pound senior. In the safety spots, freshman Ryder Rock, 5'4", 115 pounds, and junior Colt Emerson, 6'1", 175 pounds. Colt Emerson going to Auburn to play baseball in a couple years, as he's already committed them last year. So definitely an athlete that the Colts are going to have to watch out for tonight.
And Train, the one thing you look at when it comes to experience, when you count up the seniors for Meadowbrook starting compared to the seniors for John Glenn, there is a bit of a difference.
Yeah, John Glenn's obviously got a nice little blended roster, but this Colts team and this senior class has been has the all-time record in a 4-year span wins in Meadowbrook football history with 31. So these guys have definitely been a product of a lot of winning, and I'm sure they're hoping to continue it tonight.
Yeah, Meadowbrook starting 7 seniors on offense, 3 seniors on defense for John Glenn. So Emerson is set to kick off, and Train, what a weapon he is. More times than not, he'll get it near or to the end zone, and the opponent start at the 20, and that's such a weapon. With as good as John Glenn's defense is, when you have to go 80 yards a lot, that's awful tough.
Yeah, and it's big for Meadowbrook on the vice versa, because Dorsey's returned some kicks and punts for touchdowns. Eubanks has had some good runs, and others have too. So Meadowbrook, on the other hand, can make some big plays on special teams, and Emerson kind of voids that with kicking it in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, Romeo Dorsey and Caden Casey are back for the Colts, and the lefty hits a high little pooch kick that bounces. It's a live football, but it goes out of bounds. So Meadowbrook, if they elect, they can take the ball, I believe, at the 35.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to mark it at the 35.
35, yes. So we want to thank you for joining us here on KGP TV.
And how about this, Tommy? This is only the 7th career meeting between John Glenn and Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook holding a 4-2 edge in the career series coming in. So kind of unbelievable when you think about two neighboring schools that have only met now 7 times on the gridiron.
Now the volleyball squads, they met in the districts, I believe.
Well, they also met in the regular season each of the last 2 years, and in the districts last year and this year, where Meadowbrook won both of those.
So man in motion, that will be Eubanks. Hupp drops back, looking long. He's got a man. It's caught. Eubanks, 10, 5, touchdown. Meadowbrook, one play. 65-yard bomb. Hupp to Eubanks, and just like that, trained Meadowbrook, who only scored 7 points in their last meeting in week 6. They've already got a chance to get 7 on the board here in the first 10 seconds of this football game.
So I'm sure that was part of the plan. There was a lot of kind of just unusual things that happened back in September when John Glenn and Meadowbrook met, and Meadowbrook kind of struggled just with some drop passes and everything. And when you place one on a dime like that, throw it right into his pocket, it's a pretty easy score when Eubanks runs past the defender.
So Launder, the hold. Milam, the lefty, puts it up. The kick is up. It is good. So 11:50 left here in the opening quarter. And just like that, it's Meadowbrook out to the early 7-0 lead. And Train will keep it here. This will give us a chance to look at the John Glenn offense and the Meadowbrook defense.
All right, so on offense for John Glenn, you got Tough Semba at left tackle, Noah Scheffler left guard, Gunnar Fox at center, Clay Mathers right guard, Ethan Gertwachter right tackle. At tight end, you're going to have Noah Larrick. The receivers are going to be Ryan Russell, Colt Emerson, and Gates Thompson. At running backs, Bronson Bendel, and the signal caller is Brad Morgan. Okay, so on Meadowbrook on defense, we got ends Hayden Lloyd and Deshaun Mayo. On nose guards, Chucky Dyer. Outside backers are Aiden Reese and Kale Flowers. On the insides, Joel Wagon and Trayvon Mayo. At corners is Romeo Dorsey and Ty Griffith. And then your safeties are Hunter Eubanks and Damon Launder.
Milam will get ready to kick off. You have Emerson and the freshman Ryder Rock back. So we'll see what Meadowbrook does. John Glenn, they're going to stay tight, sit home, hold their water in case of an onside kick. It's a squib kick. It's fielded at the 25, 30, 35, and up to the 40-yard line was Cameron Barnhouse. So Barnhouse with a nice return gives John Glenn pretty good field position to start their drive. So wow, fireworks early. Meadowbrook, one play, 65-yard touchdown pass.
And so both teams starting in good field positions. The Muskies are going to have it at the 40 here.
Yeah, and there's an outstanding sophomore running back, Bendel. He gets hit, but he's going to push forward for 6 yards. Launder in there on the tackle, as well as Deshaun Mayo and Hayden Loy.
And this is what John Glenn's going to do. They're going to pound you to death with a running game, and then try taking the top off, maybe with a deep ball to Glob or Emerson. But they're going to be a predominantly ground attacking team.
Yeah, and John Glenn, their defense has been outstanding all year. And they do definitely want to limit possessions. Bendel gets stood up and breaks a tackle into the secondary over midfield to the 45-yard line.
So Eubanks had to make the saving tackle there. So I think that was a 9-yard gain from Bendel. So he's already got 2 carries, 15 yards.
And boy, I tell you, Bendel only a sophomore. That's scary, because man, both times he's been hit, but Train, he keeps going forward.
Yeah, and he was a big part of their defense last year as a linebacker. So he got plenty of varsity minutes. Now he's a part of the offensive and defensive team here for the Muskies.
Yeah, pistol formation. Bendel gets it again around the left end, and he'll get over the 40 to about the 38-yard line. So Loy on the tackle for Meadowbrook. But again, about 6 yards.
Yep, another gain of 6.
So John Glenn, offensively, like you stated earlier, they're going to be a little bit more, they're going to slow down the pace a little bit more, be a little bit more selective here, not fast-paced. Bendel gets stood up right at the line of scrimmage. Wow.
No gain on that one.
And that was Joel Wagon, I think, with the initial hit.
Yeah, and then, like you said, Meadowbrook John Glenn, like Meadowbrook, goes to the no-huddle offense, gets the signals from the sidelines, but they run the clock down, take their time, and they kind of like to be in control of the time possession and the tempo of the game.
And you got to think if Coach Matt Edwards, who's done an outstanding job here for John Glenn, if he's thinking 2 plays here to pick up 4. Morgan rolls out looking over the middle. Pass is incomplete, intended for Larry. Solid coverage there by Eubanks.
That was a good play design there off the play action. Just I think a Meadowbrook defender got their hand in there and deflected it. Now we're going 4th and 4.
And I think John Glenn, I think they are still trying to decide here.
I don't think there's much of a decision. They're
going
for it here at this situation. I know I heard a Meadowbrook fan chant, "Watch the count." This is it was a 4th and 4 back in September when they got the Colts to jump off.
Yeah, Lincoln Gilcher is the running back. Gilcher gets it, and he gets the first down. To the 30. And running right behind Tuff, Zimba, Scheffler, and Fox, the center.
I don't think too many people expected that. Bendel's been getting the carries the whole drive, and then they bring in Gilcher on 4th down. And I guess you've heard the 3rd down back before. I guess he's their 4th down back, picking up the 9-yard gain.
Bendel back in. Aiden Armstrong in the backfield as well. Offset eye, and Bendel's going to get it going around the left, and he's hit up by Mail, and there's a flag coming in late. And the John Glenn fans are celebrating. Train that was Aiden Reese, who came in and upended Bendel for a short gain.
And obviously 2 local rival teams, and there's the officials probably already been told to keep control of this game early after some of the things that went on at Meadowbrook last week. So big penalty there on the Colts.
And you know, we had a chance to visit with Coach Norman, and we praised how they kept their composure at the end. He's got to be livid with free 15 yards.
Yeah, especially. I'm sure he's still stewing about the 4th and 4 conversion, and then you have the 15-yard penalty on the next play.
That's Gilcher with the carry, but he's hit in the backfield. He falls forward. And that was, I believe, Cam Morrison who came in. So no gain, 2nd and 10.
So looks like we're just inside the 15 here.
Yeah, that's tough to see from our angle, and they do not have that on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
where the ball's at.
And it looks like it's tough to see from the fans' angle at home because we're kind of at a not exactly great spot as Bendel bulldozing.
Yeah, he's got a first down, and the prophetic D-Train there. Was that a pun when you said it's tough to see as he was running behind Tuff Zimba?
Yeah, there we go, Tuff. Hey, as I know Tuff and his family, so I got to break out the line that I say to him is, hey, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. So,
hey, if you're a left tackle, there's not a better name. And here's up the middle is Bendel, close, and he's going to be stopped just short. Ran it from the 3. Eubanks on the tackle, and we'll see.
Looks like he's at the 1, so they're about 3 feet away.
Yeah, now John Glenn, they're going to go pretty quick here. They may run the exact same play. Oh, offset eye to left of Morgan, and Bendel's going to get stood up.
Yeah, but he's in.
He is in. Touchdown, Muskies. Boy, and I tell you, Bendel got stood up. He had to fall forward. He did just that.
And that's the thing. It's one thing to wrap him up, but it's one thing to take him down. Bronson Bendel, just strong kid, and making sure that he's always falling forward so that he can get that extra yard or whatever. So believe it or not, Tommy, our best athlete on this football field may be the person kicking right now.
Yes.
And that is Angela Kumler.
Yes, she is.
And so you want to talk about an athlete. She's a great soccer player, basketball player, and she can kick some extra points fairly good.
And she does it there. So now 6:27 left here in the opening quarter. Meadowbrook scores on their opening drive. John Glenn answers. So 6:27 left, 7-7. Meadowbrook and John Glenn will take a quick timeout and be back here on KGP TV. Welcome back to the campus of John Glenn High School. Muskies answer. Meadowbrook score, and we're tied at 7. Emerson to kick off.
I tell you what, I think Caleb's going to have to pay me about triple tonight. Suffering through this weather already, and I'm the muter and unmuter guy, knocking off the sponsors and putting them back on. Obviously, if people were paying attention, I failed tremendously at the beginning of the game, but hopefully I get into a groove somewhat here.
And both offenses have found their groove. Here's a high kick all the way into the end zone, and that's what we talk about. Emerson, in high school football, you cannot return a kick out of the end zone. It's an automatic touchback. So
I would say he's used to those deep fly balls being a baseball player, but he's a great line drive hitter that he probably gets some good exit velocity on it, but man, he can rip it gap to gap, and I'm sure once he fills down a little bit more, he's going to start putting those gap shots over the fence.
So Meadowbrook has it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Casey set next to Hupp. Hupp's got time. Now he's under pressure, and he's going to be sacked.
Big number 72, Ethan Derwachter, defensive end for the Muskies, coming through with a big play.
In train, it looked like Hupp had a pocket there for a second, and then, boy, did it cave quickly because of Derwachter.
Yeah, he had plenty of time to get it off, but good job by the Muskies defense. They brought a little bracket coverage on the other side to kind of take away that deep pass.
So 3-yard loss. Here's a little bubble screen over to Eubanks, and he will be knocked out of bounds by Rock.
So it's a gain of 5.
And Glob.
Now the real question on that, I'm going to call it a pass, but I don't know if that was a pass or a lateral. From our view, it's kind of, you can't really tell.
Yeah, it was only a 1-yard.
Well, a 5-yard gain because of the 4-yard loss on the sack. Or actually, no, they
yeah,
moved it back, so
they just gave
3.
it 1. Yeah, you're right. They had initially had it up as a 4-yard pickup, but they moved it back, yeah. I think he stepped out before he got hit. Hupp rolling out. They moved the pocket. He's got a man. It is caught, but it's going to be short of the first down.
Dorsey on the reception there.
Nice coverage there by Russell. So Meadowbrook's going to be forced to punt the football.
I mean, a good play, but on 3rd down, you got to be looking to get past the sticks there or give your guy an opportunity to make a play after the catch. But Dorsey held it in. The coverage was right there and brought him down.
And, Train, let's just say if we had $1 for every time we said Meadowbrook's forced to punt the football, we wouldn't have much.
Yeah, one of us might be able to eat some ramen noodles tonight.
Oh, what a beautiful punt by Reese, fielded by Glob. And he is going to be dropped right at the 35.
Oh, we got to give our first shout out. We got to give a shout out to the people watching at Maggie and Mason's birthday party.
Casey, number 2 on the stop for the Colts.
Casey on the tackle. Now, whose birthday is it?
I believe Mason Atchison, and then Maggie, is it? I'm not 100% sure. I think it's, I don't know. I want to say Maggie Martin, but I don't know.
But, hey, whoever it is, yeah, thanks for tuning in, and happy birthday, and Train on the night tackle. Unfortunately, if you're a Meadowbrook fan watching tonight, it's a 15-yard face mask. So John Glenn started their first possession at the 40, went 60 yards, converted a 4th down and 4, was it? And now they get it just beyond midfield in the Meadowbrook territory.
So now 2 possessions for John Glenn, and they've had great field position both times. I think at the 40 the first time, and here they're at the Meadowbrook 49.
Yeah, and Lincoln Gilcher, he is a freshman running back.
And he's going to get the carry
and
here.
right up the gut, and he's got running room into the secondary. And Meadowbrook down at the 35. Eubanks with the tackle. That's a gain of about 14.
Yeah, so Lincoln, this is where you could say legends are made in games like this, and he's making a name for himself here with the big 9-yard or 14-yard run.
And how about that? Only a freshman. Bendel only a sophomore. So the running back room is well taken care of. He gets it again and finds running room, gets tripped up at the 31.
Hayden Loy tripped him up originally, and he fell down still, a gain of 5 on the play, it looks like.
And Train, it looked like if Loy didn't trip him up there, he had a chance to probably pick up 5 to 10 more. So now John Glenn picking up the pace here. 4.5 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Thanks for joining us on KGP TV. Gilcher again cuts back. He gets stood up nicely right at the line of scrimmage.
Might have been Deshaun Mayo on there.
Yes, it was.
52, I think Joel Wagon.
Number 52 on the stop for the Colts.
And Deshaun Mayo as well.
Gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 4.
So it's a gain of 1.
So 3rd and 4 here. Bendel's checked back in as Gilcher's got a few carries.
3 receivers to the right. Again, 4 down territory.
And
there's a 3rd penalty on Meadowbrook. And they needed 4. They're going to get 5. And Train, that's the first time well, John Glenn on the 4th down conversion, they may have win on the long count, but that one was big by the senior quarterback, Brad Morgan. He's got time. Goes to the end zone. It is.
Oh,
knocked down.
I tell you what, that was a great job by Colt Emerson to high point it for John Glenn, but an even better job by Hunter Eubanks to get a hand in there and deflect it. So big defensive play there from Hunter Eubanks.
Yeah, and Eubanks playing center field, closed nicely with the ball in the air. It looked like Emerson was open when Morgan released it. Great defensive play. 2nd and 10. Bendel has it. And he'll pick up a couple.
I mean, he still picked up 4 or 5 there, so it puts him in a 3rd and manageable situation. Going to give him 4.
Clayton Hall and Cam Morrison on the tackle for Meadowbrook. A big 3rd and 6 right here as we're approaching the 3-minute mark of the opening quarter. Bendel gets it again. That was Mail who hit him in the backfield.
And he hit him in the backfield, but Bendel was able to keep his feet and pick up at least a yard. He's going to give a yard on that one.
So Russell brings into play. And John Glenn, they've been running a lot on the left side behind Zimba and Scheffler. We'll see if they look to go that way. John Glenn may take a timeout here to think about it.
The way that this clock's running down, we got 5 seconds down on the play clock. It's going to be a timeout.
So we'll take a quick timeout with them. 2:17 left here in the opening quarter. Meadowbrook and John Glenn tied and facing a 4th and 5 when we come back on KGP TV. Welcome back. It's the Elite Eight, John Glenn and Meadowbrook Muskies facing a 4th and 5. Bendel is the back. Morgan throws. He's got Larrick, and he's got the first down.
Number 84, Noah Larrick on the reception from Brad Morgan.
And on a nice pass by Morgan.
So big catch there by the big fella, Noah Larrick. So sports fans that know that last name, Noah's grandpa, Randy Larrick's a softball coach here at John Glenn. So
that is his
grandson.
Wow. So. Yes. Well, we know where he got his
we know where he got the height.
Frame. So a big first down. Bendel around the right end, plows through a couple of defenders, and he will be stopped at about the 1.
He's going to be a yard short, but man, I tell you what, Bendel's initiating the contact so far, and I got to borrow a line from our buddy Kyle Winland, the hammer and the nail. Right now, Bendel's definitely being the hammer.
Anytime you can get a Kyle Winland. And we want to congratulate Kyle, KGP's Rookie Analyst of the Year. So
yeah, congratulations on the award. The check's in the mail, and so is the award.
Enjoy your slice of pizza, my man. So Gilcher coming in. Now, I tell you what, Bendel, as a sophomore, he's as impressive of a sophomore back that we've seen. Gilcher has it. He slices over, and he's short.
There we go.
And Meadowbrook's defensive line, Clayton Hall there, they kind of forced him to slide down the line.
Yeah, and they're obviously making some adjustments here, trying to figure out how to get things. And our chief junior officer wanted Carson Todd here. He wanted to give us another shout out. We want to give a shout out to his mom, Erin Treherne. It's her birthday this weekend, so we're all about giving shout outs here tonight.
And
as
Gilcher. Yeah, Gilcher got hit, but apparently was able to keep his knees from hitting the turf. He crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Muskies. So the Muskies, again, they have gotten excellent field position their first 2 drives, and they have methodically taken it down the field and chewed up a lot of this first quarter. Kumler to attempt the extra point, and she's got it. So 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Train, give the Muskies credit. The knockout punch on the very first play, 65-yard bomb by Meadowbrook. But they've answered nicely. And the 2 touchdowns, and they've converted 2 fourth-down conversions.
And got 1-yard plunges on the touchdowns. Obviously came out through that haymaker on the first play on the 65-yard touchdown pass from Hupp to Eubanks. But John Glenn was kind of able to withstand the standing 10 count, and they've just kind of come back and have been jabbing and jabbing and jabbing here at the Colts. And it's 14-7 Muskies with just over 39 seconds left here in the first quarter.
And Train, remember on the opening drive, it was 4th and 4, I believe, and John Glenn ran the ball, brought Gilcher in, the freshman, ran it, got the first down. This time, I believe it was 4th and 6.
4th and 5.
Oh, it was 4th and 5.
In the play
well,
action.
Meadowbrook had to honor the run there, and they went, little play action, and he was able to hit Lyric in the flats.
Yeah, so that was a big play. Two big plays that you can look at that are definitely two crucial plays here in the early going of this game.
Yeah, and Meadowbrook with 3 big penalties for 35 yards as well. Emerson will attempt to reach the end zone.
And he's going
That's
to reach
unbelievable. And again, Meadowbrook will start at the 20.
And I think the most amazing thing about that whole thing is that he gets a lot of hang time on that. Does a great job of just getting it up in the air and letting it sail.
So we'll see what Meadowbrook will do here. Remember, Meadowbrook, they've ran 4 offensive plays here in the opening quarter. Now there's 39 seconds. They may get 3 plays off here as fast pace as they run.
Yeah. So it's Eubanks in motion here.
And this is going to be Casey with his first carry. And he's going to be...
That's going to be Derwachter again.
Yeah.
Came up with the sack on the last drive, and this time he meets Casey right at the line of scrimmage. And I know when they played earlier this year, Meadowbrook was held to only 3 yards rushing in the entire game. So definitely the Colts want to improve on that category here tonight.
Yeah, Derwachter, 6 foot, 195-pound junior. Hupp, empty backfield, looking. He's got a man. It is going to be undercut.
Wow.
Rock undercut the pass intended for Launder, excuse me.
Wow. I tell you what, you got to credit the freshman, right, or
Yes.
Rock. That was probably one of the best interceptions that you're going to see. He just, like you said, undercut it, ran out there, and then just sealed the ball and took it away. I mean, great defensive play if you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Oh, I knew that. I was wondering when that was coming out, and that may not be the last time. And Train, that play right there is very similar to the play Eubanks made on the other end on the bomb to the end zone, the ground. I mean, Rock came out of nowhere. Gilcher goes to the left, and he'll take the ball and go right up the middle. And on the last play of the first quarter, Gilcher is going to get about 9 yards. About 9 yards. Yeah, we'll give them 9, and that's the end of the first quarter. Your score after 1 here in the Division IV Region 15 quarterfinals. It's John Glenn 14, Meadowbrook 7. We'll take a timeout and be back for second quarter action here on KGP TV. Welcome back. Welcome back to John Glenn High School as the Muskies on a 14-0 run and driving here. Started the second quarter. Oh, they did give them a first down after all. So it wasn't a gain of 9, but a gain of 10 by Gilcher. And Gilcher will get to inside the 30 for a gain of about 4. Hayden Loy on another tackle for Meadowbrook. And trained in timeout, you were singing the praises of the offensive line, and we'll get your comments after this play right here. Pistol formation, Larrick in motion. Gilcher runs it again, breaks it outside, and he will be, I think, enough for the first down. Launder on the tackle. It is a first down, and your thoughts on the line?
I mean, Meadowbrook, John Glenn is their offensive line. They got a nice blend of seniors down to freshmen on that line, and I think a big help is having the big fella Noe Larrick kind of in that tight end / H-back role. It really helps them kind of control things up front, and obviously they're running games that they keep turning out 4, 5, 6 yards every time.
And Larrick gets a nice block, which will spring Gilcher to about the 16.
Wagon was first on the contact there, so. And Lakers said, well, this one's going to be a gain of 8, it looks like.
Yeah, and Train, you're right. That is literally an H-back. You know, I think the legendary Joe Gibb, coach of the Redskins, really brought that out. But, yeah, Larrick, he lines just off the line of scrimmage. He comes in motion, and he also has shown that he's got pretty nice hands converting that 4th down play. So 2nd and 3. And this is going to be Rock. And he'll be dropped right at the first down marker. We'll see where they spot it.
So it's going to be a first down there from Ryder Rock.
Yeah, and Aiden Reese made an outstanding tackle there, and he gets up and hobbling. Let's hope Reese is all right. The 6'1", 188-pound senior. And Rock did just get just enough. And John Glenn continues to move the Rock here. 3rd possession, looking for a 3rd score. Gilcher dropped.
And that's the first time that Meadowbrook has stopped John Glenn behind the line of scrimmage on a run. I know there's been a time or two where Gilcher and Bendel's been stopped at the line, but that's the first tackle for a loss for the Meadowbrook defense, as Gilcher's going to lose 2 on that play.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Cam Morrison, he has been in on about 4 to 5 tackles. The 140-pound sophomore for Meadowbrook, he's been active at linebacker, so a loss of 2.
So this is definitely an advantage for Meadowbrook, forcing John Glenn to maybe pass here.
And Gilcher's going to be dropped again there.
Oh, 66.
Clayton Hall.
Clayton Hall, yeah. So another big hit there by the Colts defense. Now we're talking 3rd and 12.
Wow, and Meadowbrook's defensive line bowing up here in a critical juncture of this game, only 14-7.
Yeah, definitely a big play, and obviously, it's more than likely it's 4-down territory for the Muskies, and they've had success on 4th down the last 2 drives, so I think Meadowbrook would rather just stop them here and get the ball back.
Yeah, Morgan's going to pass, looking, throws it. He's got a man. It is caught inside the 10. He's going to be short of the first down. That was Emerson with the catch, and Romeo Dorsey drops him right there. So now John Glenn's got a decision to make here.
And Kumler does have the leg to make it from this far, so.
Yeah, I think she is 1 or 2. I know one of her field goal attempts was blocked, but they're going to go for it here. 4th and 4, and it's Gilcher, the running back, behind Morgan. And they get And they
there
got
it is.
Meadowbrook to drop now. Now, this is only half the distance, isn't it?
Yeah, this will be half the
Yeah,
distance
so
as it's from the.
It's not a first down.
It's going to be extremely, extremely close.
See, if they're at the 4, half the distance, I would guess it would.
It looks like they're at the 7, and the
Or the
first down
7.
marker's at the 4.
It's at the 4, yeah.
So, but it's saying 4th and 4 on the scoreboard, so it should be inside the 4. So this should be a first down, or it's going to be very, very short.
Yeah, it's half the.
They're going to say still
fourth down. But wow, that's a.
And that's the second time Meadowbrook's jumped on the hard count.
Yeah, and now Gilcher will get the first down. And
Yeah,
he's
that's a
in the
touchdown.
end zone.
Touchdown, Little Muskies.
So the Muskies, they get it in from about, is that 5 yards or 4 yards?
We'll say 4.
4. Let's give them 4. And wow, again, Meadowbrook with a costly penalty as Gilcher glides in.
Costly penalty and another
Fourth down conversion.
Yeah.
Angela Kugler back to attempt the extra point.
So Angela Kumler will look to give the Muskies a 14-point lead. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle.
We'll give a shout out to her girls basketball coach, a good friend of mine, Gary Sigmund. I know probably the way things have been going for the Lady Muskies program with injuries this offseason and going in, he's probably praying every time she kicks the ball she can is able to get up and walk off the field. They've had a couple of different girls with torn ACLs, so it's been a rough offseason for the Muskies, but Lady Muskies. But she's doing fine, Gary. She's 3 for 3 on the extra points. Hopefully she does that for you guys during the season.
Yeah, Coach Sigmund, this will be his second year at the helm for John Glenn, doing a great job, and added a big-time addition to his coaching staff, the legendary
Dan
Lynn Scott. Yes, and man, what a luxury that is for any young coach.
And obviously we got a first-year coaches for Meadowbrook on the other side on basketball, as Taryn Jarrett's the head coach now of the boys after being 1 year the girls coach.
Yes.
And Chris Miles getting his first year as the girls varsity coach at Meadowbrook. So I know talked to Coach Miles a couple times. He's excited for the season to start. I know I saw him just before practices started, and you could see the excitement in his voice.
Coach Miles and them, they played pretty well against the Lady Redskins in the scrimmage, and remember, he's still waiting for a few of his players to get back. They're kind of busy playing, been busy playing volleyball.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's kind of hoping maybe Monday, give him a little bit extra time.
Here's another ball. This ball drops at the 1, and Dorsey's going to be dropped at about the 6-yard line.
That's just I tell you what, that was just a great kickoff by Emerson, getting it just short of the end zone. And I don't know what it is, but his kicks, it seems like these guys have struggled catching it. That's the second one that Dorsey's dropped on a return, and he's been pretty consistent with catching it throughout the season. But he struggled on both the kickoffs that he's tried to field tonight.
So Meadowbrook backed up at their own 9. This is a big drive. If they don't get points, they need at least flip field position here. And this is Casey, who gets a nice run up the middle, then is pushed back.
Yeah, it was a nice little scrum between the two teams, just battling back and forth to see who could push the pile before it stopped. That's going to be a gain of 4 for Casey.
Yeah, tough Zimba in there on the initial hit. Meadowbrook goes quick. Casey has it, and he will get to about the 15. He's going to be about 4 yards short.
Stop by number 72, Ethan
Derwachter with another tackle.
So we're going to have a gain of about 2 on that one by Casey.
So we'll see. Meadowbrook 3rd and 5.
It's a short 5.
Yeah, and the thing is, remember, John Glenn gets the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, so this is a crucial possession.
And there's a fumble.
They're saying it's a fumble. They're ruling it a fumble right now. One
Incomplete.
official saying incomplete. The official on the sideline, John Glenn sideline, was throwing the fumble flag, but the referee was quickly calling it an incomplete pass. So we got 4th and 5 here, and again, I think this is a tough decision here for Meadowbrook, and it looks like the decision's been made as Hupp is coming to the sideline.
Yeah, Reese is going to come in. Remember, Reese got a booming punt his first time. Yeah, and you definitely got to.
And I know, and here we're going to reset the play clock to 25. I know Meadowbrook didn't really want to punt it, and Coach Norman and the staff were thinking, but they're going to probably wisely decide to punt.
Yeah, we'll see if John Glenn comes after it or sets up a return. They're going to set up a return. Emerson's going to watch it hit, field it at the 45, and he'll get over it.
And here's a flag.
Midfield. They're going to say he stepped out at about the 48. Now we wait for the flag.
So my guess is probably going to be a hold on the Muskies. So that's it's going to be a sideline warning on the Colts.
The old proverbial sideline warning.
So no penalty,
and they pop up more than usual during playoff time.
Yeah, it's in.
But, you know, there's not – you have to, especially on Meadowbrook's side, as close as the bleachers are, there's not a lot of room.
No.
So this is a huge drive already. Only 6:09 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I love the comp that a lot of people, including Coach Norman, gave us. It's a lot like Barnesville, and it is a lot like Barnesville, how the crowd's kind of on top of you.
Empty backfield. Rock fumbles! But did John Glenn, someone flew back in and recovered it. Wow.
I believe that's 13. I believe Gates
Thompson, yes.
Here we go. We'll name drop some more. Gates Thompson, he's the son of Muskingum baseball coach Greg Thompson. So,
of course, he's going to jump on anything with sure hands. Because, wow, when Rock got hit and fumbled, there were nothing but orange helmets there, and Thompson came out of nowhere. That was close when it came out. I was thinking possible scoop and score.
Yeah, it looked like somebody, definitely, like you said, looked like somebody for the Colts was going to take that to the house and change the momentum. But
Gilcher, he gets hit, gets to the 45. So
we had a little extracurricular after that play, a little pushing back and forth. The Meadowbrook faithful wanted a flag on the Muskies, but didn't get it on the 2-yard gain from Gilcher.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 17. This will be a big stop by the defense. There's a little inside screen to Bendel, and he's got running room.
That's Emerson.
Oh, Emerson, and there's a flag now. It's not going to count. There's 2 flags now. And there may be one. There's one close to the Meadowbrook sideline. So there's 2 flags on the play. The little inside low screen to Emerson.
And I guess if there's a worst case scenario for the Colts, you got to think that this is going to be a offsetting penalties if they're going to call a sideline penalty on the Colts. But more than likely, there's going to be a hold on the Muskies here as they're marking it from the 30.
So it is a hold. Wow, and it not only does it in a sideline warning.
And that's going to be a penalty on Meadowbrook.
Yeah.
So
now they're going to walk it right
off. So it is
first down.
Geez.
Yeah. Wow. So even though John Glenn's penalty cost them the touchdown, Meadowbrook's penalty is going to cost them the first down. So all of that, it's first down and 10. John Glenn converts a 3rd and 17. And this is Gilcher. And he's upended right there. And, boy, things are getting a little testy. So it's going to be gain of 2. Meadowbrook's defensive line.
So we could definitely
is playing pretty well now.
Say early on here, we're going to get our cheap plug-in from my friends. Early on, these guys won't be meeting tomorrow morning for scrambled eggs.
Morgan's pass to Emerson. He makes 1 man miss, 2 miss, and he scoots down the sideline, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at about the 15.
Looks like we're going to spot it at the 17, so it's going to be a 16-yard gain.
Correction, he got knocked out at the 15, but stepped out at the 17. Pretty nice recovery there.
I tell you what, Emerson's having a nice drive here for the Muskies.
Boy, did you see how quick, on the touchdown that was called back, boy, he found a crease. And he hit it, and he was gone. But first down and 10. It's Gilcher, and Gilcher gets inside the 15. So Kale Flowers.
There it is.
In on the stop.
Churning off those 4 and 5 yard gains. If we kept track of time of possession, we've played almost 21 minutes. I would say John Glenn's probably had the ball for 15 of the 21 minutes.
Yeah.
They're just grinding you out.
Meadowbrook has ran 10 offensive plays.
Flowers on the tackle again there.
And now, we're going to, during the next timeout, we'll try to scan the sideline for John Glenn. We have not seen Bendel in the last, 3 drives?
He came in. He spelled Gilcher on the one drive, but he hasn't.
He started, and he was the primary ball carrier last week in their win over the Jets.
And obviously, they like both Bendel and Gilcher, and Gilcher's going. So let's keep feeding him. Bendel's important to their defense, so they're going to kind of make him a one-way player instead of a two-way player.
That's good call there. Yeah. Oh no, Gilcher's definitely getting it done here as he picks up the first down there.
And
but they were kind of featuring them both early. And, Bendel's such a power back, especially.
Here's what's impressive. Gilcher, that was his 18th carry already, and we're not even at halftime. And there's 19.
Yeah, and he's slipping and sliding. He'll get maybe a yard.
So I'm sure trainer Lauren Hutchison will be giving him the ice bath set up for him to soak in tonight and tomorrow.
So John Glenn, if they stick it in right here, Train, with under 2 minutes left, remember, they're going to get the ball to start the second half. Things are really going to be dicey for Meadowbrook.
Yeah, and this is similar to the earlier meeting. John Glenn was going to the same type of the end zone late in the first half, and they got that touchdown to take a lead. But now that was only a 7-point lead. Tonight we're talking about possibly taking a 3-touchdown lead going into the lockers instead of a 1-touchdown lead.
Yeah, and on second and goal, John Glenn's going to be backed up 5 yards. Illegal procedure. Dorsey matched up far right with Emerson. Larrick in motion. Gilcher has it, running behind Larrick.
Found a hole, but and there's going to be a flag. So that flag's more than likely going to be on the Muskies. It's kind of blocking after the whistle. Meadowbrook's been the fans have been begging for it the whole game, and they finally got it here.
Yeah, and this is going to be the 15-yard variety, and Coach Edwards is not going to be happy with this. That is
And Hunter Eubanks trying to buy some calls later as he picked up the flag for the official and threw it to him. It's always nice to be generous to your officials so they can maybe be generous to you back.
And Coach Norman, we'll keep it here. Coach Norman's going to take a timeout because he knows John Glenn's going to get the ball to start the second half. If they can get a defensive stop here, he would like to get the ball back.
And
with possibly a minute left and give his offense a chance to do something.
And I believe Meadowbrook still has 2 timeouts left because
Yes.
John Glenn used the timeout on their opening drive on that 4th down before the 4th down play to think about it. So still with 2 timeouts left, and obviously you're thinking on the other end for John Glenn, you're up 21-7. Are you content being up 14? Maybe force Meadowbrook to use those final 2 timeouts and then just run the last 2 plays and maybe try field goal for Kumla, or maybe even go for it on 4th down. So.
Yeah. Oh, I think, John Glenn, they definitely wanting to stick it in the end zone here with that 15-yard penalty. That is huge. That takes it back to the 24, so it's 2nd and goal from the 24.
Yeah, so obviously you got 3 plays to get 24 yards. If my math's correct, that's 8 yards to play. So I'm pretty good at math.
You are good.
So they got it, and that's kind of got to be what Coach Edwards is thinking. Don't be surprised for possibly a quick pass here to Emerson. They've been able to hit him, and he's been able to juke and jive his way for some good yardage.
Yeah, Train, good call. Was you're right, Emerson. What a playmaker he is. Anytime you get a D1 athlete out there on the field. So that's Thompson in motion. And he's looking for Emerson, but he's going to.
And now the real question on that, is it going to be grounding?
Yeah, I didn't.
They're not going to call grounding. The Meadowbrook people wanted a flag on.
Yeah, I wonder, was there miscommunication there, or did he just have one look, and if it wasn't there, throw it away?
Yeah, he might have had the look on there. Obviously, Dorsey was on him, but safety was there to help. So he's like, didn't want to risk the pass and just threw it away. And now that's going to be wrong.
John,
yeah,
they're going to call a timeout. Yeah.
It is 4th down. So. So the Muskies are going to use a timeout here with 1:13 to go.
Well, Train, our closer, Kirby Graham, always sends us some interesting game tidbits. How about you give us a couple?
All right, here's an interesting. This team has scored coming into tonight 432 points, which is 2nd all-time to the 2018 team that scored 475. This team is tied for the most wins with 9 in a season, which is tied, shockingly enough, the 2018 team and the 2015 team. Earlier this year, Romeo Dorsey set a school record on the 76-yard punt return for a touchdown against Crooksville. Last week, Garrett Mellum set the new record for most PATs in a game with 8, breaking Josh Sills' previous record. So you were talking about D1 athletes. There's another one for you. And we've got more tidbits that will break out the rest of this game as we're getting ready to go back to live action here.
So pistol formation. Morgan dropping straight back. He's got time. Looking. He's going to have to keep it and eat it, and he will be dropped for a sack. So Meadowbrook will get the football back with 1:04, and credit the Meadowbrook defense. John Glenn had 1st and goal in the Meadowbrook defense.
Yeah, and obviously Coach Norman's been disappointed with his team in the flags there in the early going, but that 15-yard flat penalty on the Muskies really took them out of their rhythm, and the Colts got the big stop there on that big drive there.
Now remember, this is only the 11th play for Meadowbrook on their first opening drive. First play, a 65-yard touchdown pass. Next 3, they've been 3 and out. Hupp looking, under pressure. Now he's got time. He's going to throw it deep. And
we're going to have pass interference.
Yeah. I think that was Casey, the intended receiver.
That was Ty Griffin was the receiver.
Oh, Griffith, okay.
But the thing is, that's a good play by the John Glenn defender, because you're talking in high school and college, it's only a 15-yard penalty. When you go to the pros, it's a spot flag. So would you rather give up a possible 50-yard play or give up just 15? I mean, you don't want to give up either, but obviously you'd rather give up the only 15 yards.
Yeah, and was I think that was Rock, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. That came over, and you're right. He did a nice job. It gives Meadowbrook 53 seconds, 2 timeouts, and they're up to the 39. Empty backfield. Hupp pumps it up, and it is going to be incomplete.
And Meadowbrook fans want another pass interference call on that one, as Dorsey and the John Glenn defender were kind of getting a little handsy.
Yeah, what happened, it was the old stop and go. Dorsey stopped and then was going to go, and the DB for John Glenn was right in front of him. That was Russell. And the refs are going to say incidental contact. So, no flag. Or actually, they're not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Because
well, the equipment manager / quarterback, Josh Hupp, fixed the
Hupp
jersey, and he's down.
Sacked.
And that's Derwachter again.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have another hold on Meadowbrook more than likely, and this is probably going to be declined.
Absolutely, it'll be declined. Boy, Derwachter, he has been a handful.
Yeah, that's his second sack of the game.
So, John Glenn, like you said, they will decline it. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. We'll call it 3rd down in Norwich to go. And now the clock's running. So if this, now 9 seconds on the play clock. Hupp rolling.
More pressure again. It's intercepted.
It is intercepted.
Just over the hands. It's picked off by Colt Emerson right at midfield. Threw it over the top of Hunter Eubanks' hands, and Emerson comes up with the INT.
And again, credit Derwachter along with Zimba. The pressure they're putting on Hupp forced him out of the pocket, and the heave and the interception gives John Glenn 16 seconds left, and I believe 1 timeout left.
Yeah, 1 timeout, 16 and a half seconds, and obviously I'm sure they're going to be, I mean, if I'm the Muskies, I'm pretty content being up 21-7. Maybe run a quick play to Emerson, see what you can get.
The little screen.
Mm-hmm. And if they're setting up, it's going to be a bubble screen to him here. And they're going to put Emerson in motion. He's throwing.
It's short, and it is incomplete.
And you want to talk a David versus Goliath matchup. He threw it down the field to Ryan Russell, who's generously listed at 5'10", and then he's got Romeo Dorsey at 6'6", covering him. So it was definitely a matchup that Russell probably wasn't going to win if it was a jump ball situation.
Yeah, and Meadowbrook, their secondary, very sound. They stayed home. Dorsey wasn't the only one back there. Eubanks was back there as well, along with Launder. So 9 seconds left. And it's
going to be
Gilcher. Yeah. Gilcher spinning, and he gets dropped at about the 46-yard line, but that should be the last play. Loy on the tackle, and that ends an entertaining first half from John Glenn High School. Your score at the half. Here in the Division IV, Region 15, quarterfinals. It's John Glenn 21, Meadowbrook 7. We are going to step aside and listen to both outstanding bands from Meadowbrook and John Glenn, and then come back and give you first half statistics and expertise analysis from my partner in crime, D-Train, as well as we'll recap the scoring where Meadowbrook scored first, and then John Glenn is answered with 21 unanswered to lead 21-7 here at the half. And as we head to halftime here on KGP TV, Train, a shout out to our fine sponsors.
Oh yeah, we have to thank our sponsors, Box Drop in Byesville, Reeves Precision Lawn Care, Gene B Roofing, Downtown Arena, Westfall Services, Stop 9 Church of Christ, the Zimba Companies, King Carpet and Swimaway Pool and Spa, Main Screen Printing, and Graham Excavating. I got to thank my my buddy Chad Riccio. He's the golf coach here at John Glenn. He made a call to the Zimba Companies to get that sponsor for me, so I appreciate him hooking us up and helping us out, and obviously appreciate the Zimbas joining on here as well.
All right, we'll be back. Enjoy the halftime show. We'll be back for second half action here on KGP TV.
year's competition show, Into the Unknown, will take you on a musical journey to the 4 points of the compass, north, east, south, and west, concluding with a charge to explore beyond and answering the call to venture into the unknown. Featured instrumental soloists are Nick Cardona on trumpet, Ezra Watson on trombone, Bradley West on mellophone, Ashton Welch on alto saxophone, Brianna Cosgrove on piccolo, and Ali Leroy on clarinet. Featured guard soloists are Christina Kramers, Reagan Green, and Adrian Griffin. Ladies and gentlemen, join us as we go into the unknown.
Welcome back to John Glenn High School for this evening's Division IV Region 15 quarterfinal game. At the half, John Glenn leading Meadowbrook 21-7. Well, look how the scoring started. Meadowbrook on their first play from scrimmage from their own 35-yard line. Josh Hupp would drop back and find Hunter Eubanks on a 65-yard touchdown reception. Eubanks would catch it at about the 35-yard line and then take it the rest of the way to the house. Milam's extra point was good, and just 10 seconds into the football game, Meadowbrook would lead John Glenn 7-0. But John Glenn, on their opening drive, would methodically drive it down the field, converting a huge 4th and 4 to keep the drive going just beyond midfield. And then the scoring would be capped off by Bronson Bendel, the sophomore running back. He would take it in from 1 yard out. The extra point from Kumler would be good, and John Glenn would tie it at 7-7, 6:27 left in the opening quarter after John Glenn would force a 3 and out. They would again get the ball this time right around their own 45, and they would drive it down, and it would be Lincoln Gilcher, the freshman running back, who would cap it off with a 1 yard touchdown run. The extra point was good, and John Glenn would lead 14-7 with just 39 seconds left in the opening quarter. That's how this quarter would end. And after John Glenn would force another 3 and out, they would take the ball over at the Meadowbrook 49-yard line and would take it down the field, get down 1st and goal, and again it would be Lincoln Gilcher who would take it in from 4 yards out. Angela Kumler's extra point was good, and that was with 7:31 left in the first half. John Glenn would increase their lead to 21-7, where the Muskies, in the waning minutes of the first half, would drive it down, have 1st and goal from the 9. But Meadowbrook's defense would turn them back. And Meadowbrook's offense would actually get the ball back with about a minute left in the first half, but got as close near midfield, but then would be Derwacker would come up with a big sack, and that would end that drive. And then Emerson would get an interception near midfield with 16 seconds left in the opening half, but Meadowbrook's defense would hold, and it's 21-7. And Train will look at some stats as the Muskies will receive the second half kickoff.
Yeah, so looking at the first half stats, obviously the big play was that 65-yard touchdown pass from Hupp to Eubanks. Really got things started for the Colts, but unfortunately, things kind of haven't worked out as well since then. Hupp has got 73 yards passing, and 68 of it's been to Eubanks, 5's been to Dorsey. Rushing, Casey has 6 yards rushing. On the other end for the Muskies, Brad Morgan's thrown for 85 yards. Or excuse me, not 85 yards. I can't read my own writing. Oh, yeah, he's thrown for 60 yards, with 49 of it being to Emerson and 8 being the Lyric. I know my numbers are kind of jacked up there. I've got something messed up. I'll have to look at it. Been trying to stay warm here at halftime. Bendel started out early, was the primary ball carrier, has 11 carries, 47 yards, but Gilcher's kind of taken the bell cow roll over with 21 carries for 71 yards. So, I mean, they're just getting those 3, 4, 5 yards every play, and just grinding out drives and finishing the drives, and they've had good field position on every drive, and that makes a big difference when you're playing on the short end of the field too.
Yeah, and when you look at it, John Glenn, they on 2 of their 3 drives, they converted, I believe, a 4th and 4 and a 4th and 5. And it's really, right there, big plays. You're either going to turn the ball over on downs, and especially on their first drive, Meadowbrook had hit them with a 65-yard touchdown. If Meadowbrook is able to get a stop there, they have the ball near midfield and with a chance to really put pressure. But now we'll see what Meadowbrook elects to do. They have tried their fair share of onside kicks. Coach Norman's always got confidence in his defense. But I expect them to kick it back, as you're going to have Emerson back for John Glenn as well as Rock.
And kind of the ironic thing that I noticed there, Caden Casey came in on the special teams with the special teams unit. Usually it's kind of some younger guys, and him and Romeo Dorsey are the 2 guys lining up just beside Milam.
There's a squib kick fielded by Rock. And he's going to be dropped about the 24-yard line, I believe.
So how about this is the worst field position that John Glenn's had to start a drive tonight. So definitely going to have a long field. It's going to be at their own, it looks like, 25-yard line here.
Yeah, and that was, I believe, Evan Dyer on the tackle. So this is one of those big drives here. 1st and 10. Muskies up 2 scores. They give it to Gilcher, and he gets tripped up.
Man, I tell you what, I think that was, can't see the number on the Meadowbrook defender, but I think it was Trayvon Mayo. If he doesn't trip him up, I think Gilcher might have busted that one for a big run.
Yeah, and I tell you, that's about the 3rd time Gilcher has just been tripped up when he was starting to get into secondary. So a gain of 3. Gilcher's not going to get much.
He's met by a host of Colts there.
And again, I just wonder if we'll look out there, David. I just wonder if Bendel, because he hasn't carried it since early, and he was running well too. And look at Gilcher find a gaping hole and get over the 40 to the 45.
A big 3rd down run, man. When you win 3rd and 4th down, it just makes such a big difference there, and that's a big 14-yard run for Gilcher.
And Train, again, when they need something done, they're running big time behind Zimba and Scheffler to left guard.
Yeah, and Noah Larrick's in there as that H-back, so that extra blocker, pretty much an extra lineman, even though he's listed as a wide receiver on the program. He's another lineman with his size.
Yeah, and that was about a 15-yard gain or so, as well as, again, Gilcher, he's got a big hole on the right side. He's going to be stood up, and they're still pushing. He'll get about 8.
8, maybe 9. And that was carry number 25 for Gilcher now.
Yeah, Eubanks there on the tackle. Yeah, they're going to give him a gain of 9.
And with that, I have him at exactly 100 yards rushing now.
I mean, Gilcher, it's just amazing that the kid, 160 pounds, 5'6", and only a freshman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like Sam Ball for the Muskies, small kid, but the heart of a lion.
And Gilcher gets twisted around to the 45. That'll be another first down.
So Joe Wagon and Cam Morrison on the tackle for the Colts. Now Ryder Rocks checked in the backfield, so we're going to have to pay attention when the Muskies are back on defense, see if Bendel's in there, because they've kind of
yeah, and like I said, Bendel, you know, when he was really a ground and pound guy, and I just think, and there's a fumble. Morgan drops on it, so that will be the, is that the second fumble John Glenn's had, but they've recovered them both.
Yeah.
Thompson recovered the first one.
That one a little less dramatic than the first one.
So it'll be 2nd down and 14. Rock still the ball carrier. Pistol formation. Thompson in motion. Rock gets it. And he's going to be stood up. He'll get maybe a yard. So John Glenn, after they snap the ball here, they will have chewed up over 4 minutes here of the third quarter on their opening drive.
Yeah, they started at the 25, so they got 27 yards on this drive offense, but taking over a third of the quarter away, just slow and methodical.
Yeah, Rock the ball carrier. A little screen to Rock. He makes one man miss.
Chucky Dyer.
Chucky Dyer, yes.
So a well-designed play, but it's only going to be a gain of 2 or 1. Yeah, we're going to say 2, and it's going to be 4th and 10.
Yeah, and John Glenn's going to punt the football for the first time. So Meadowbrook's defense, they get the stop they had to absolutely have, as Emerson will come in to punt the football. So Cam Morrison and Hunter Eubanks, they are back inside the 10. Emerson.
Little rugby kick.
Yeah. And does a pretty nice job. We'll see where it goes out at.
Yeah, it's going to be down inside the 20, probably about the 15. So you talked about they were going to run 4 minutes off. They ended up on that drive running in 5 minutes and 12 seconds off on a drive where they only had roughly 29 yards offense. I mean, when you run the ball and you keep the clock churning, that time ticks pretty quick.
Yeah, Bendel is out there defensively, so it doesn't seem to be anything injury related, and that's a good thing. So, Hupp, here's a penalty.
We're going to have a false start on the Colts here.
Yeah, they were doing trying to get a little bubble screen to Eubanks.
And that's been probably the one big thing Coach Norman stressed to his team in the first half is we got to eliminate the mental mistakes and the penalties because they've had a few crucial ones here tonight.
Yeah, and if you're Meadowbrook and you're down this deep, you've got to get the ball to your playmakers there, and they attempted there with Eubanks. Now they're going long. Pretty good coverage, and it's intercepted.
Went deep to Cale Flowers, but good defense on the play for the Muskies. I believe that was number number 20, Bryson Evans.
Wow,
So-
and Evans, he had great coverage there as Meadowbrook. Kel Flowers, remember, he's been playing with a cast on his hand, and Meadowbrook tried to sneak him down the sideline.
Well, the other impressive thing, you're talking about a state qualifier in the 100-meter
Yes.
dash. Flowers is usually going to run 9 times out of 10 any defender. And
Yeah.
so good, like you said, good job
With-
by Evans staying with him stride for stride.
Yeah, and Flowers, remember, also running with a cast as well. He's been playing with a cast most of the year since he's come back from the injury. Now this is Gilcher. And here's a flag.
There's the flag.
So I believe they're going to get a holding call on the Muskies, which will negate a nice run by Gilcher off the left side.
So again, we talked about Coach Norman and the penalties. I'm sure that might have been something Coach Edwards talked, because that's the 5th penalty on the Muskies. 5 penalties, 55 yards here now. So both teams, and obviously when you got 2 local rivalries, there's always a little bit of extra energy and amped up and kind of playing against your neighbor and you want to beat them, and sometimes it leads to some unsportsmanlike and some holds every once in a while.
So Gilcher comes up to the right side. He'll take it, cut up the middle. He'll be tripped up.
And again, that's Cam Morrison on the tackle there. And again, they didn't wrap up Gilcher, but they got enough of him to knock him down. And the officials are going to ask a John Gunn player to come off the field.
Yeah, they're going to go over and talk to Edwards. Yeah, they're. And that was Larrick. So this is going to bring in Cameron Barnhouse. He'll be the H-back.
Second down and 20.
So still 2nd and 20. They're going to say Gilcher didn't pick up anything on that carry. Gilcher has it. He's got to run it. If he makes 1 man, what a tackle by Eubanks. Eubanks saved the touchdown probably.
Yeah, Eubanks had to wrap him up there. I think he was going to go low, but then Gilcher kind of cut away a little bit, and he just grabbed a hold of him and brought him down.
Yeah.
Like you said, big tackle there, or we may have been talking 6 more for the Muskies.
Yeah, Gilcher. He's not the only a freshman, not the easiest guy to tackle in space, and Eubanks was solid there to drop him, but that was a gain of about 11, as it's 3rd down and 9. Thompson comes in motion. Gilcher gets blown up.
Trayvon Mayo blowing it up there. It's going to be a loss of 2.
Yeah, and Meadowbrook there picked a perfect time to send a blitz.
Yeah, Trayvon just shot the gap up the middle, came in there and planted him for a 2-yard loss. So now we're down to 4.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
And it's an official's timeout. So Eubanks and Cam Morrison back for Meadowbrook again at about the 10. And again, Colt Emerson, such a weapon with his leg. So again, a little rollout kick and a beautiful punt. Fielded by Eubanks. He's got running room up the sideline. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. And here's a late flag. And that's going to be an extra 15 yards as Eubanks got pushed right into the kicking net.
So it looks like they're spotting it at the 26. If they give him, if there's a 15-yard penalty, it's going to be about the 41.
Yeah. And John Glenn, we got to keep an eye as Gates Thompson, he is limping off the field. Let's hope he's okay. But the 15-yard penalty, wow, just think about this, Train. Emerson's punt was fielded at the 10. And when it's all said and done, after the nice return by Eubanks, add on the 15-yard hit out of bounds, just like that, Meadowbrook. And a strike zone right here at their own 42. This is Bop. And Bop is hit.
And that's his first carry of the
yes,
game.
It is.
So he got 2 yards, it looks like, on the play.
And you want to take a guess who made the tackle? Derwachter. Boy, Derwachter has been a force.
Yeah, he's made some plays for the Muskies for sure. Been able to make life a little uneasy for number 10 for the Colts, Josh Hupp.
So it's second down and 8. Meadowbrook from their own 44, probably 4 down territory. Bob, he's got time over the middle. He's got a man open. First down.
That's Ty Griffin
yes.
on the reception.
And Meadowbrook going fast. Great job by the offensive line for Meadowbrook.
17-yard gain on that play.
Bob's got running room. He's in the secondary, still on his feet as he'll get inside the 20. And again, Meadowbrook will line up quickly. Bob will get it again. No, Hupp keeps it, and he's inside the 10 to the 5, and that's one of those where Hupp rode it into Bob's belly as long as he could, pulled it out, and it was Bob who got lit up. So second down and 2. Hupp throws it out. It's caught. I believe that's Griffith. He has the first down.
Yeah, that was Ty Griffith on the reception.
So first down and goal for Meadowbrook from the 9. Bop. We'll get a couple. Barnhouse on the tackle. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Meadowbrook trying to get it in the end zone and make this a one-score game. Jump pass, it's in the end zone. Touchdown, Meadowbrook.
Romeo Dorsey on the reception, the 6-yard touchdown reception. The Colts coaching staff channeling their inner Tim Tebow on the jump pass, 6 yards from Hupp to Dorsey.
So what a big-time drive by Meadowbrook, and they got it quick. There's minute 50 left to go. This is a big extra point coming up. Balaam's kick is up, and it is good. 1:50 left here in the third quarter. Your score is now John Glenn 21, Meadowbrook 14. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with more action here on KGP TV. So Rock and Emerson back for John Glenn. John Glenn, it seems like, has been in control the majority of this game, but you look at the scoreboard, they only lead by 7. And they have been stopped on their last 2 drives. Here's a little squib kick. It's going to hit. It's a live ball, and it's going to be downed.
Yeah, Barnhouse just kind of falls on it
The
and
30?
drops to a knee.
So it's hard to believe that the 30-yard line, that's going to be the second worst field position John Glenn has had. Now the Muskies have been able to pick up a couple of first downs as Eubanks throwing the kicking tee to the sideline. Pretty impressive throw. Gilcher, he is dropped
At the line.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
So all of a sudden the adjustments that Meadowbrook made at halftime containing this running game, it's working so far as Gilcher hasn't really got going too much here in the second half.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 9.
Now they put Barnhouse in and Larrick's both in, so they got kind of like 2 H-backs in there, kind of a double wing shotgun spread.
Pistol formation. Barnhouse in motion. Gilcher gets it, and he gets nothing. It's Meadowbrook. Boy, they have really made some nice adjustments at halftime. They are closing every gap, and now we'll see what the Muskies will do.
Yeah, Meadowbrook right now is just selling out on the run. Obviously, it's worked on 1st and 2nd down. So now here again, Dorsey's one-on-one with Emerson at the other end of the field with I believe that's Launder kind of over there as help.
What a big 3rd down coming up here. Morgan looking long, still looking. He's going to be sacked. He was looking for Emerson. He was double covered. Nowhere to throw the football. I did not see
Hayden Loy on the sack for the Colts. So a big 4th down here as we're going to end the 3rd quarter is going to end here with John Glenn up 21-14.
Yeah, but Meadowbrook has totally controlled the 3rd quarter, and momentum is on the side of the team from Byesville. 3 quarters in the books here in the Division 4 Region 15 quarterfinals. Who's going to the Final Four in Region 15? We've got 12 minutes to answer that question, and we'll do it when we come back here for 4th quarter action on KGP TV. $12 minutes remain to see who will advance to the semifinals. Emerson, a booming punt. Whoa. Hits at the 30 to the 20 and will roll down.
And it's still rolling.
That's a phenomenal punt by Colt Emerson. Former Michigan State alum, John Glenn alum, and current athletic director at Buckeye Trail, Aaron Bates, who was known to boom a few back in his day.
Yeah, he would have been proud of that.
Impressed, yes. What an phenomenal punt there. Meadowbrook was thinking maybe, 40-yard line.
Instead, it looks like they're going to have it at their own 13, maybe 14.
And I believe that is Bop in the backfield.
Yeah, and that is Bop. And Muskies meet him. And that was a big difference that last drive. Meadowbrook has struggled the last game against John Glenn and struggled for most of the first half. They got the running game going that last drive, and it really helped open things up for them.
And Train, that was Derwachter again hit on the tackle. He has been a man-child for John Glenn. Hupp looking, going deep. Intended for Flowers. Nice coverage there by Russell and Emerson.
Yep. Yeah, threw it down the field to him, but double coverage there from the Muskies. They kind of fool me once, shame on me, and they're making sure they don't get fooled twice. They got hit with that deep play the first play of the game.
And how big is this third down right here? If Meadowbrook doesn't get it and they're forced to punt from back near their own end zone, you're talking about flipping the field after Emerson's punt. Hupp looking, still looking.
He's got room.
He's got running room.
He's going to pick up the first down. Do a hurdle.
Wow. Nice job by Hupp. As Meadowbrook, they overloaded the left side Train with 3 wide. He rolled out to the right. There was no containment, and what a monster first down for the Colts.
Big gain there, I think, of 18 yards from Hupp, another Colts first down.
10:45 remaining. Meadowbrook going quickly. Wow, and getting dropped in the backfield is Bop. Emerson.
Yeah,
Barnhouse.
Emerson was the first initial contact in Barnhouse in there.
And Aiden Armstrong. They were all over that, so that's a big loss.
That's big playing behind the sticks. It kind of eliminates some plays, but and obviously here Gates Thompson's checking back in for John Glenn at linebacker, but he wasn't moving the swiftest there as he was checking back in.
There's a quick throw over the middle. It is caught, and that's a first down and then some. 40, 30, 20, and out of bounds.
So Hunter Eubanks on the reception. They had the inside slant guy, and he must have knew on the route that Eubanks was back behind him, and Eubanks caught it and took off.
And Meadowbrook's offense, they have found their mojo right here. 1st and 10, a huge.
That was a 49-yard reception.
And Eubanks hangs on to it. That's that RPO pass that Meadowbrook really brought out last week in their victory over Vinton County. How did Eubanks, he is feeling that. How did he hang on to the football? A gain of 5. Bop has it, and he'll be stopped short of the first down as we're approaching the 9-minute mark left here in the 4th. Meadowbrook looking to tie this game up.
What looked like he was kind of stopped at the line. Bop ended up picking 2 or 3 yards on the play.
Well, I tell you, Bop, boy, does he hit the hole quick. 3rd down and 2. Hupp will keep it, and he will have it. And still moving.
Howard.
Down close to the 5-yard line. 1st down and goal to go, Meadowbrook.
So again, that running game of the Colts is churning out yards here. These now last 2 possessions, making a world of difference. The 1st and goal at the 6.
So they'll stop, mark it at the 6. Bop has it, and he is dropped.
But he falls forward. Hey, guess who made the tackle? It's your boy Derwachter.
Wow. He has just had a phenomenal game. Now remember, Meadowbrook had a goal line stand late in the second half, which John Glenn could have went up 28-7. Do the Muskies have one in them? Hupp looking, still looking, fighting, churning.
He is close.
He's
the
close.
Call is
short.
He's going to be short.
And wow, that was all Hupp there. He was hit at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was bouncing off of anybody and everybody there. So
Huck may be calling his own number right here. 3rd and goal from the 1. Huck picked up 3. Huck keeps it, spins.
and he is short.
He is stopped, and it is 4th and goal.
Credit Barnhouse and Armstrong, I believe, there blew up through there and stopped him short of the end zone. So 4th and goal from the 1.
Wow. Boy,
7 minutes and counting.
Muskie defense not going to make it easy. Meadowbrook's going to take a timeout.
And hey, this is a smart timeout. I mean, this is the biggest play of the season. I mean, no question about it. You got a chance to get a touchdown, go within 1, extra point pending, tying the game up. Obviously, you want to make sure everybody's on the right page. Make sure everybody knows the snap count. You don't have anybody jumping because 4th and 1 or 4th and maybe about a foot and a half is a lot easier than a 4th and 5 or 4th and 6.
Yeah, and if you're John Glenn, if you can get a goal line stop right here, that's the good news. The bad news is you'll have it inside your own 1. And your running game, which was so dominant in the first half and would look good in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, has since then been stymied. So we'll see what Meadowbrook, do they elect to attack the outside, or do they try to run it right back up the gut? Meadowbrook going fourth and goal. Hupp gets it, and he is in. Touchdown, Meadowbrook. And just like that, it's 21-20. .6:49 left, Meadowbrook. Bylum for the all-important extra point. Launder to hold. Wow, what a, was that about a 88-yard drive, 90-yard drive?
87, I think. I think they started from their own 13.
Snap, kick, it is good! And with 6:49, we have a brand new ball game. Your score, John Glenn 21, Meadowbrook 21. So Meadowbrook with back-to-back touchdown drives. And again, you know, when you look at John Glenn, remember their first 2 drives trained. We talked about the 4th down conversions. How about there, the 4th and goal? Meadowbrook converts with a Josh Hupp. But back at their own 14, or back at their own about 14-yard line when Josh Hupp converted the 3rd and long.
Yeah,
when he scrambled and ran it up the right sideline for about 20 plus.
Yeah, that was a big play, and then his big 49-yard pass, I believe it was, to Eubanks really got the game going in. And the biggest thing is the Meadowbrook running game's working here. These last 2 drives makes a world of difference when a team has to respect your ground game a little bit, and it's obviously been a benefactor for the Colts.
Yeah, and John Glenn, they have to be a little shell-shocked. Remember, they were about 8 yards from going up 28-7 into the locker room at halftime. Now it's 21-21. That kick goes to Rock. He takes it at the 15, 20, 25, 30. He'll be up to about the 35. That's pretty good field position for the Muskies. So now remember, the winner of this game to face the winner of Carrollton and St. Clairsville.
Yeah, that's correct. The winner will play that. I haven't got any score updates on that game, but to be honest, I haven't even looked really. I've been trying to stay warm.
Stay warm.
We're braving the elements here.
That temperature has dropped, but it has heated up here on the Meadowbrook sideline. So first down and 10. Lincoln Gilcher.
And update,
Not
28-0 St. Clairsville.
St. C, no surprise there. Gilcher, he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be second down and 10. So Cam Morrison again. I tell you what, Cam Morrison, that youngster, sophomore, he may be playing the game of his young career on the biggest stage. This is the quarterfinals.
Hey, when you have injuries on your team, it's a next man up mentality, and Cam Morrison's that next man up.
Meadowbrook, faithful chanting defense. Gilcher has it. Cuts it. He's got running room. Turns to the sideline. 50, 40. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
And you know the thing that I love the most about that run by Gilcher, when he got to the outside, he switched the ball from his left hand to his right hand, so somebody popped that out. More than likely it was going to go out of bounds if they popped it out. So protecting that football, being smart.
And wow, Gilcher, he made a couple of cuts on a dime right there. Eubanks with the tackle. But what a big gain there all the way to the 35.
I have it as a 28 real quick, my math, and I think that was the longest run of the night for John Glenn. So
yeah, Gilcher right up the gut, and he's going to be stopped. Flowers in on the initial hit.
So going to be a gain of 2 from Gilcher.
Yeah, and you got to think John Glenn's probably thinking that, hey, we got 4 carries to get 10 yards, and they got one close to 2 there. Gilcher looking, still looking. Wow, he turned nothing into something there.
Looked like he was going to fall down there at the line of scrimmage, and he just keeps his feet, keeps churning, and picks up 5 or 6 yards there.
Hayden Lloyd with the tackle, and Train, what was so impressive there, Gilcher, you know, he's built low to the ground. He got behind Zimba and Scheffler, and I think Meadowbrook's defense kind of lost him there. Very patient run. Big 3rd and 2. Gilcher.
And again, he loses traction a little bit, but he's going to pick up the first down.
Yeah, Gilcher has skated about 4 or 5 times up the middle where he's been able to keep his balance after slipping.
Another update, end of the third quarter. It's 31-0 St. Clairsville over Carrollton. So
yeah, the winner.
It looks like the winner will be heading to St. Clairsville. Winner of this game will be heading to St. Clairsville.
So, yeah, if Carrollton, if they would have been able to pull that one out, the winner of this game would have been hosted.
Yep.
Gilcher, jump cut.
He's still up. Jeez. I mean, he just somehow just dices his way through there.
Yeah, and Train, we're under 4 minutes left. Hupp on the stop.
Yeah, so Hupp hasn't been playing on the defensive end much because he's so important to him at quarterback. But right now, it's do or die time for the Colts, and you got to put your best 11 out there because this is the most important drive of the year.
Larrick in motion. They're going to pass it to Emerson. One-on-one move. A nice tackle there. I believe that was Dorsey out there in coverage.
Dorsey knocked Emerson out of bounds there. So,
hey, and I love the play call there. Morgan, just a pitch and catch to Emerson, one-on-one. Dorsey stopped him short of the first down, but now it's 3rd and 2. You got 3:25 left.
And
Not only does John Glenn want to score, they don't want any time on the clock when they do it.
And here it is, the hard count. You got to watch for it if you're Meadowbrook.
Larrick in motion. Gilcher around the right end, cuts it up. He's got the first down. There wasn't much of a hole.
Hey, he just kept running to his right and then finally found a little bit of a hole. And it's not a first down.
He did make it. Oh, I thought he had it, so he is short. All right.
Fourth down.
So Huff came in with the tackle when he cut it up.
I was going to say that he did a lot of left and right running, but couldn't find a hole, and the Colts stuffing for no gain. So 4th and 2, big play here as we're 2:52 to go.
Wow. What a huge play here. And that's a penalty. There it is. Yeah, they're going to get John Glenn. One of their guys flinched. So John Glenn was trying to get the hard count. Now John Glenn may think of they may take a timeout here. Wait for them to start the clock and run in. That's a huge penalty.
Yeah, again, a big difference between 4th and 2 and 4th and 7.
So 2:41 left, 4th and 7. We'll see what the Muskies elect to do. They're going to take the timeout. Yes. Good timeout by Coach Edwards. We're going to keep it here. 4th and 7.
To 4th and 7 here, you got to think if you're John Glenn, one, you're probably going to pass it. If you're Meadowbrook, you got to think they're going to pass it. So you got to look number 2, Colt Emerson. That's their playmaker on the outside. Watch for maybe a quick slant to him. They tried a double move earlier, but the play took too long, and Morgan got sacked. So Meadowbrook's base, their biggest thing's got to be prepared for Emerson to get the ball one way or another.
And how, boy, has time changed here in the last minute with John Glenn was sitting there 3rd and 2 in prime position there. And Gilcher was strung out to the right side and was stopped for virtually no gain. And then the illegal procedure call when John Glenn was trying to draw Meadowbrook all sides. So here we go. 4th down and 7. Gilcher, he has been the bell cow entire game.
So they got one-on-one Dorsey on Emerson.
See if they do it. They're looking for Emerson, still looking. Throws it late, and it's broken up.
Connor Eubanks on the breakup for the Colts.
Have we seen a better defensive back this year than Hunter Eubanks? You talking about a playmaker in the secondary. That ball was thrown slightly behind Emerson, but Eubanks came up and made the play, knocking the ball away. Now Meadowbrook has it. 2:35 left. The ball at their 28-yard line.
Yeah, I couldn't see on the play that well, but it looked like he had an early release that he could have hit Emerson, but he held on it just a little too long.
Quick pass over the middle. Ooh. Ooh. Intended for Eubanks, and Rock made a play on that just. Wait, wow. That was close. So 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, definitely a big break there for the Colts.
Yeah, that was on the last drive. The same play from where they hit Eubanks on the right side. They had him on the left. So 2nd down and 10, 2:31 left. Hupp, gives the ball to Bob. He's got running room, and he's going to pick up the first down over the 40. John Glenn was not expecting a run there from Bob. Move the sticks.
So that's a 16-yard run from Bop. I got him down for 45 yards rushing. He didn't get any carries early on in the game, but 8 carries, 45 yards here in the second half. Definitely a difference maker for the
same
Colts.
play, and Bop's got running room. As he gets over midfield and will be marked out at the 48-yard line, we have to stand. The fans are standing.
It'll be first down and 10, Meadowbrook.
It's another good gain from Bop as we're going to have a timeout.
Yeah, timeout, John Glenn, as they are shell-shocked. And a nice call by Coach Jarrett, the offensive coordinator. He came with back-to-back plays, running to the short side of the field, and there was nobody there.
Yeah, and the Colts aren't afraid to run the same play over and over again. If they find a play's working, they'll run it 2 or 3 times in a row and go back to that well again. They're not afraid to keep it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's what they're doing here on these past 2 plays where Bob has gained 29 yards. So.
Yeah. And I tell you what, John Glenn's defense held Meadowbrook to 7 points in week 6. Held them to 7 points the first 2 quarters of this game. But now the Meadowbrook offense that we have seen all year has come alive here in the second half. And there's a pass behind Ty Griffith. He catches it, but he's going to lose yardage as he hits the turf.
And unfortunately, I think he had to catch that one because it may have been a lateral, not 100% sure. So you want to just play safe and catch it. Unfortunately, he's a little behind him.
1:45, clock running, Meadowbrook. No hurry, they got plenty of time, plenty of timeouts.
Yeah,
they got 2 left.
A minute 35 is an eternity with this offense.
So second down and long. Bob has it, and he is going to be stopped just over midfield. As we're coming up on a minute 20 left. Now it's going to be third down. Landon Baker on the tackle.
So big 3rd and 12 as the clock's ticking. We're almost at the minute mark here left in regulation because we may be seeing some extra ones.
Yeah, Hupp under pressure, rolling out, throws it down the field. He's got a man at the 30 to the 28. That is a first down. Josh Hupp, money throw.
So a 21, 22-yard gain there to Damon Launder, his first reception on the night.
And what a pinpoint throw from the outstanding senior quarterback. First down and 10. Pass over the middle. It's going to be.
What's the ruling? I believe it's a catch. And that's their ruling. Clock's running here, too. The clock's running.
28 seconds left. Meadowbrook a score to advance to the semifinals next week at St. C. A rematch. Bop gets stopped at the 18. 15 seconds left. Meadowbrook takes a timeout. I tell you, the old time, that's an eternity.
Yeah.
Went by quick.
So I believe Meadowbrook has 1 timeout left now with 15.4 seconds left. Now, remember we were talking before the game. You said Milam he was kicking from 45 yards out. He was just short on 45 yards. So does he get an opportunity late in the game where they feel comfortable he gets an opportunity to attempt a field goal here, or is it touchdown or bust for the Colts?
What, 3rd and 2, that Meadowbrook still has 1 timeout left. I want to ask you on the pass on the sideline that Launder caught, I thought he was out of bounds. When he went down and made the catch, his knee, well, obviously I hit inbounds, which made him down, and that kept the clock running. So that was huge.
It was a huge play in general because it turned a 3rd and 4 into, or 3rd and long into a 1st and 10.
Yeah, 3rd and 12, and put him down to the 28. So it's 3rd down and 2. Remember, the clock will stop on a first down. Meadowbrook still has 1 timeout left. We're tied at 21. So now there's
we're taking plenty of time
officials,
here.
yeah.
They said the fans are enjoying this cold weather. Let's leave them out here a little longer.
Yeah, Coach Norman, he's wondering what's going on. Are they checking with the clock?
I didn't see Coach Norman throw a red flag, but they're putting more time on it.
See, I think that's why. See, I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering. When Launder, I thought when he made the catch, he went out of bounds.
16 seconds even here on the clock.
Okay. 17.
17, okay.
No, 16-3. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to put.
1 second.
Yeah, 9/10 of a second. Okay. It was 15.4, so.
Okay.
All that work for 9/10 of a second.
Bob has it. Cuts outside. 10, 5. Touchdown, Meadowbrook. It is bedlam in New Concord as the Meadowbrook Colts have taken the lead. 9.7 seconds left. What a comeback! A game for the ages. So now Meadowbrook will come in to attempt the extra point. Sam Bob broke it to the outside. Chucky Dyer, Joel Wagon. Did they seal the end? So now Meadowbrook, still 16 seconds. They need extra play. Now there's a penalty. And they're calling
it
it
a false start.
So they're going to back them up 5 yards. So it'll make it a 25-yard. Extra point. But Meadowbrook up 6. The snap. The kick. It's money. That may have been good from 40. As Meadowbrook up 28-21. 9 seconds away from a rematch from last year when they went to St. Clairsville.
And I believe that was the Final Four as well in the region.
Unbelievable. Comeback for Meadowbrook, but there's still 9 seconds. And playmakers in the maroon jerseys. So Meadowbrook's special teams, they have been sound all year defending on the kickoffs. They've been solid. Emerson and Rock. So we're going to see what happens. The cowbells are out in New Concord. We'll see how Meadowbrook elects to play this kickoff. A little squib kick. Wow, what nice hopper.
That's coming in hot there.
Yeah. Down at the 28, 8.5 seconds. And the Muskies coming into this game, they have been playing their best football of the season. And they played one of their best halves of the season, but they've got to be shell-shocked.
It's the old proverbial phrase, you play the first half to get to the second half, and sometimes 24 minutes of good football doesn't get it done, and the Colts have, as much as John Glenn dominated the first half, Meadowbrook's done that more here in the second half.
And it's hard to believe these two teams have played 8 quarters. John Glenn's defense held Meadowbrook to 14 points in 6 of the 8. But the last 2 quarters, Meadowbrook has answered. They have outscored John Glenn 21-0 here in the second half. And the Meadowbrook defense has pitched a shutout here in the second half with 8.5 seconds remaining. Yeah, John Glenn, you got to be thinking they're going to try to get the ball in Colt Emerson's hands somehow, some way. So here we go, 8.5 seconds left. Looks like the entire Meadowbrook defensive coaching staff was out there making sure they're strong on all levels. There's a quick pitch, looking for the hook and ladder. And it is knocked away, and Meadowbrook football! Meadowbrook's game with 1.2 seconds left. They tried to hit Russell.
Wait, they're going to call this an incomplete pass. They're going to say he didn't have possession, or maybe there's a penalty.
They said it's incomplete
pass. Yeah. I mean, that was a great play by Josh Hubb. I mean, he read the hook and ladder, deflected the toss back, but they're going to rule it an incomplete pass. So, talk about a break. That's definitely a one for the Muskies.
And it does come down to this final play. Do the Muskies, do they have a Muskie miracle in them? Edwards, he's going to heave it long. It is intercepted.
That was Dorsey on the interception to clinch it for the Colts.
Romeo Dorsey ended Benton County's season last year. He's going to end Meadowbrook's as the student section for Meadowbrook. They are rushing the field. Bedlam in New Concord. Your final score here in the quarterfinals. Meadowbrook 28, John Glenn 21. Meadowbrook will advance to the Division 4 Region 15 semifinals next Friday night at St. Clairsville. What a game. And for John Glenn, a heartbreaking ending to an incredible season. And the Muskies, they have a lot coming back and a lot to look forward to. What a great effort by the Muskies, but the comeback of the season for Meadowbrook. Since them.
Just an absolutely huge win for the Colts. Great second half. I mean, you got to give credit for both teams. A great first half by the Muskies, but a better second half from the Colts. And the Colts are advancing more than likely to St. Clairsville. Last score, that St. Clairsville was up 38-0 over Carrollton. I mean, and that was going into the fourth quarter, so they're playing the running clock. So and that one just went final 38-9, St. Clairsville over Carrollton. So again, that'll be a game at St. Clairsville, another rematch in the semifinals between the Red Devils and the Colts next Friday night.
And I think it's safe to say on our KGP pregame show, let's do it one more time this week. And I imagine our guest of honor will be the Honorable Mr. Steve Norman, the head coach of the Meadowbrook Colts. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back and wrap things up here. Meadowbrook advancing to the semifinals. We'll be back here on KGP TV after this timeout. Wow, welcome back to the campus of John Glenn High School. The Muskies and Colts put on a performance for the ages. What a football game. But in the end, it was Meadowbrook who would just, in the second half, take over and win it in the waning seconds. It was Meadowbrook who would take the opening kickoff, and on the first play from their own 35-yard line, Josh Hupp would find Hunter Eubanks 65 yards to the house. Milam's extra point was good, and with only 10 seconds off the clock, Meadowbrook would lead 7-0, but John Glenn would come back on their first drive, convert a 4th and 4 just beyond midfield, and then it would be Bronson Bendel, the sophomore, would take it in from 1 yard out. Angela Kumler's extra point was good, and with 6:27 left in the first quarter, John Glenn had tied it at 7. John Glenn's defense would force a 3 and out. John Glenn again would get the ball and drive down 1st and goal, and then they would cash it in with the Lincoln Gilcher, 1-yard touchdown run from the freshman. Kumler's extra point was good, and John Glenn would lead 14-7 after 1 quarter. John Glenn would, again, force a 3-and-out, and again, convert a 4th and 6. Get it down 1st and goal, and again, it would be the freshman, Lincoln Gilcher, who would take it in from 4 yards out. Kumler's extra point was good, and John Glenn would lead 21-7 with 7:31 left in the second quarter. After forcing Meadowbrook another 3-and-out, I thought maybe the biggest drive of the game, John Glenn would drive down with under 2 minutes left in the first half, would have a 1st and goal, and Meadowbrook, down 21-7, the defense would bow up and turn John Glenn away and get to the half only down 21-7. And then from there, Meadowbrook's defense would pitch a shutout in the second half. Could Meadowbrook's offense get it going? Yes, they could. With 1:50 left in the third quarter, Josh Hupp would find Romeo Dorsey over the middle, a 6-yard touchdown pass. Milam's extra point was good, and Meadowbrook would cut the lead to 21-14 heading to the fourth, where Meadowbrook would get the ball on their own 12-yard line after an outstanding punt by Emerson. But it would be Hupp who would convert a big 3rd and 12 where he would scamper for 20-plus yards. Keep the drive going. Meadowbrook would get down 1st and goal. John Glenn would bow up the first 3 downs, and on 4th and goal from the 1, Josh Hupp would squeeze it in. Milam's extra point would tie it up at 21, where then John Glenn would go on a sustaining drive, get down inside the 30. Meadowbrook's defense would hold them, and then Hupp would get the offense going again. Sam Bopp would get 2 big back-to-back runs to get it up beyond midfield, and then it would be Sam Bopp from 19 yards out with just 15 seconds on the clock. He would break it out to the left side, dive inside the pylon for the go-ahead touchdown. Milam's extra point was good with 9.7 seconds left, and then Romeo Dorsey would seal the deal on the last play. A Hail Mary by John Glenn would be intercepted by Dorsey. Brad Morgan gave it a heave, and Meadowbrook will advance now to the Region 15 semifinals, a rematch at St. Clairsville next Friday night. Your final, Meadowbrook 28, Meadowbrook 28, John Glenn 21. St. C is on the clock.
Hey, I'm sure Meadowbrook will take a 28-21 victory over St. C as well. Your big point to this game, I'm going to say that Sam Bopp was the difference of this ball game. He did not have a carry in the first half. He finished with 12 carries, 78 yards, and the biggest touchdown in that young man's career on that 19-yard touchdown with a 9.7 seconds to win it. I know we're talking about the KGV Player of the Week, and he's my vote right now. Obviously, we can talk about it and look at things and review some things, but he was a difference maker. Meadowbrook struggled to run the ball week 6 against John Glenn. They had 3 yards rushing the whole game. Sam Bopp had 78 yards in the second half. When they got the running game going, it opened up the passing game and opened up a lot of lanes for the RPO that they really excelled at last week. And it kind of I think it got Josh Hupp into a little bit more of a rhythm where he hit some big plays. So, obviously, when you can establish that ground game, it makes life so much easier for your team. And Bob had a big second half, and that's the big difference of this game.
Yeah, and I tell you what, you got to get the ball to playmakers, and when Meadowbrook needed it, to get it where Bob could seal the deal what can you say about Hunter Eubanks? The 65-yard touchdown and then the big 40-something yard completion over the middle, which led to the tying touchdown. Hunter Eubanks again, offensively, defensively. Don't forget his open field tackle on Gilcher in the second half, where if he doesn't make that tackle, Gilcher may take it to the house or at least another 20-plus yards from there. And it was just big. And Josh Hupp, what can you say? Boy, did he get it going with his arm and ran it big with his legs when they needed it.
Yeah, and you're talking with Hupp and Eubanks, the two of them. You're talking two seniors. It's either win or it's the end. And they're not ready for football season to end. They're going to get one more opportunity next Friday night at St. Clairsville, and I'm sure they're not ready for next Friday to end either. They want to go to the Friday after that, and then the Friday after that, and then that Week 15 playing for Division IV state championships. I guarantee that's been the goal since Week 1, and those goals haven't changed for the Colts.
Yeah, and speaking of seniors, Damon Launder, what a catch on the sideline on 3rd and 12, which kept the drive going. If he don't make that, Meadowbrook probably has to punt the football away, and we're probably in overtime right now. So big plays. And Train, as we head out, let's give one final shout-out to our sponsors.
Oh, yeah, thanks tremendously to all of our sponsors. I kind of have put stuff away a little bit, and I'm trying to get my frozen fingers to work. Box Drop Byesville, Reeves Precision Lawn Care, G&B Roofing, Downtown Arena, Westfall Services, Stop 9 Church of Christ, the Zimba Companies, King Carpet and Swim Away Pool and Spa, Main Screen Printing, and Graham Excavating. So again, we appreciate everything that they do. It was a great game, definitely an instant classic, and we can definitely probably put that one up there with the Cambridge game this year as far as exciting games, and the Riverview game as well. That was an exciting barn burner game. So obviously the Colts have been in some close games, and they've been able to persevere. And hey, congratulations also to the senior class, first ever class to win 10 games in a season. The whole team, I should say, 10-win season, first team to ever do that. And this senior class now with 32 wins in a 4-year span, which is increasing their school record. So congratulations to all of that as well.
Yeah, and congratulations again to John Glenn. What a great season. And, it's going to be a tough one tough pill to swallow tonight. I mean, there was a chance there at the end of the first half to put the game, maybe away, and they were unable to do that. But just a great season, a fun team to watch, and they got a lot of weapons back. So, we want to congratulate Coach Edwards, his staff, and the players on a great season for the Muskies. And Meadowbrook moves on next week. So be sure to tune in this coming week for the KGP pregame show. We'll preview the Meadowbrook-St. Clairsville game with Coach Norman of the Colts, and then get you set for the big showdown next Friday night in St. Clairsville. So on behalf of the KGP family, the lovely and effervescent Shylin Costello producing the show tonight, Caleb Graham getting everything set up here in the elements and taking pictures on the sideline, my partner in crime, D-Train. I'm merely Tom Strasser, wishing everyone a safe and happy weekend. And your final score, Meadowbrook 28, John Glenn 21. Have a great weekend, everyone.